Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, the snow day and travel chaos for millions. Our extreme team is on it. And the heroics on ice, yes, we do believe in miracles. Historic bomb cyclone blizzard. The Northeast slammed by the powerful storm, rapidly intensifying overnight. 7 states declaring states of emergency. Major cities paralyzed by the whiteout conditions. A travel ban overnight and still in effect for the city that never sleeps. Dangerous winds whipping up to 60 miles per hour. Airlines at a standstill. More than 10,000 flights canceled. Ginger is leading our coverage with our team spread out across the storm zone.
Urgent investigation after a 21-year-old was shot and killed, allegedly carrying a shotgun and gas canister inside the secure perimeter of Mar-a-Lago.
Violence erupts after the most wanted cartel boss was killed in a military operation in Mexico, spilling into popular tourist destinations for Americans. Buildings and vehicles set ablaze across the country.
Nick Reiner set to enter a plea in the killing of his parents.
His former attorney says he's not guilty. Will he be pleading not guilty?
As Conan O'Brien breaks his silence about his party on the night before Rob and Michelle Reiner were found dead.
I think I was in shock for quite a while afterwards.
President Trump doubles down on tariffs. The fallout after the Supreme Court struck down his signature economic policy. What it means for your bottom line.
Candy clash.
We're making a big change to Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Why the grandson of the inventor of Reese's Peanut Butter Cups is sour at the Hershey Company.
We're going to start with our top story, the historic blizzard that is simply slamming the Northeast right now.
Yeah, slamming is being nice about it. This could be one of the worst blizzards to ever hit the region. Tens of millions of Americans are in the path of the storm. And take a live look at Boston. They are starting to get the worst of it right now.
It is coming down hard. 7 states have declared states of emergency, causing a lot of chaos in the travel lanes. That's JFK Airport right now. Look at that. You can barely see anything. And not just for the areas in the storm zone. Our team is out there in the elements. Ginger leads us off on the streets of New York City, where a travel ban is still in effect. Good morning, Ginger.
Hey, good morning, George. Wow, the sloppy streets of New York City. This is the West Side Highway, which would be packed on a normal day. It's one of the busiest thoroughfares that we've got, but obviously not a lot of cars on there. We have seen plows. Coney Island just came in with a snow total of 16 inches so far. The snow is still adding up. JFK had a wind gust of 62 miles per hour. We're closing in on easily a foot here, but we haven't had an update from Central Park. Either way, this is just kind of midway through the storm. We've got a very long day ahead.
This morning, more than 40 million Americans waking up under blizzard warnings. A bomb cyclone burying parts of the mid-Atlantic and Northeast in wet, heavy snow. The storm rapidly intensifying as it crawled up the I-95 corridor on Sunday. A light, wet snow early in the day turning into a legitimate blizzard for some.
I can't believe how much snow is coming down.
The heaviest bands of snow dropping up to 3 inches per hour. Winds gusting up to 60 miles per hour. Lightning illuminating the sky in Long Branch, New Jersey with thunder snow. Snow blowing sideways on Long Island. The storm bringing multiple major cities to a standstill. Officials in 7 states declaring states of emergency.
We're taking this so seriously because literally lives are at stake.
The entire state of New Jersey under a blizzard warning for the first time in 30 years. Many schools closed, hundreds of plows on the road, drivers working around the clock. Some for more than 15 hours.
Hopefully everybody stays home and doesn't come out in this. It's not safe.
The sloppy roads were too much for this plow, overturned on Long Island. New York City Mayor Zoran Mandani banning travel until noon. Essential vehicles the only ones allowed on the roads.
Snowy still from Delaware all the way now up to Boston, New Hampshire, coastal Maine, just getting into it. The radar is there on the picture, but look at some of those updated totals. Freehold, New Jersey, more than 22 inches already. Islip, New York, at 20 inches so far. Delaware, 1.5 feet. New London, Connecticut, closing in on 1.5 feet. And this is, again, kind of midway through for a lot of people. We've got a full day of this, Rhode Island and Massachusetts. Let's time it out, because that's what people probably want to see and know that we're in that blizzard warning still. still, all the way from Delaware and Maryland up through coastal Maine. But the blizzard means the wind, right? And it's that combination that makes visibility nearly impossible. So we're going to see those conditions here through about noon in New York City and Philadelphia. Then things will start to lighten them up a bit. Long Island will be still kicking a little into the early afternoon and until the evening there in Boston. Additionally, you could see easily 3 to 6 inches. Some places that haven't had all of it yet, a foot plus. Guys, this is a big one. Could be the biggest here in New York City in at least 5 years.
Yeah, it is a big one, Ginger, and we appreciate you and your whole team going out there and getting in the middle of it so you can tell people to stay home and stay out of it. We really appreciate you, all right? And be safe out there. And now we're going to go to up the coast to Boston, where Matt Rivers is there for us. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Michael. We got the ski goggles on this morning. The wind here is absolutely whipping. We're right in the middle of a downtown Boston that is completely empty at this point. You can see this poor soul over there on the intersection. They're one of the few people we've seen out here today because these wind gusts are intense, 50 miles an hour, and expected to go up as we go through the day. There is a state of emergency declared across the entire state of Massachusetts, which some areas expected to get more than 24, maybe even 30 inches of snow. That combined with wind gusts up to 70 miles an hour, really making this entire situation across the state untenable at this point. Power outages also remain a big concern. More than 60,000 customers across the state now, Robin, without power.
All right, Matt, glad you have the proper gear to be out there. Philadelphia, among the major cities getting hit hard. Cheyenne Corinne from our station WPVI is in Philly for us with more. Good morning to you, Cheyenne.
Good morning, Robin. This is some heavy snow that we are seeing here in Philadelphia, and it's making for a pretty dangerous situation. You can see that this entire road here in Rittenhouse Square is completely blocked. Fortunately, there are some cones blocking off traffic so that people know do not come this way. It started just with this small branch blocking half of the roadway, but now you can see that this entire tree has now fallen to the ground. If you look over here, you can see that this tree has literally come up from its root, and you can see that the entire trunk is covered by snow as well as these branches. And that just shows you how heavy this snow is. And if you look across the street, you can see that accumulation here in Philadelphia. It's very beautiful here in the city of brotherly love. It looks like a winter wonderland, but as you see, it's also really dangerous. We're live in Philadelphia. I'm Cheyenne Corinne. Back to you, George.
Thank you, Cheyenne. Roads are closed. Airports are canceling flights. Transportation correspondent Gio Benitez is at Kennedy Airport here in New York. Good morning, Gio.
George, good morning. At the top of the show, you said you could barely see anything here at JFK on TV. Well, in person, you can barely see it either. This is just a mess out here. The snow has been coming down fast and furiously, and we've been feeling all of that wind. So air travel is an absolute mess. Take a look at the numbers right now, because across the country right now, we are seeing more than 10,000 cancellations between yesterday and tomorrow. I say across the country because many airports are affected. More than 5,000 of those cancellations are today, and we're already at more than 1,000 canceled for tomorrow. And that's because planes have to get in place. It's incredibly difficult. It's going to take some time to get everything situated again. Just about every flight in the Northeast is canceled today. The hardest hit airports right now, as you can imagine, largely in the Northeast, all three of the New York area airports, plus Boston, Philly, and Reagan near D.C. And there are a few surprises too. Chicago, Orlando, and Atlanta, they're seeing significant delays. And again, that's because planes are out of place right now. And remember, airlines do have those travel waivers right now so that people can make those free changes, but expect those flights, those new flights, to be days away.
And Gio, there was a lot of back and forth over the weekend on TSA pre-check and global entry.
Yeah, this was really confusing. So we woke up to this news that TSA pre-check and global entry had been suspended. The TSA, they came back and they said, no, you know what? They're not going to go ahead and suspend it. So that's working as normal if you're going through security. But the Department of Homeland Security says that because of the government shutdown, we have a suspension in place for global entry. And that's according to Customs and Border Patrol, George.
Gio Benitez, thanks, Michael.
All right, thank you, George. We're going to have much more on the historic storm throughout the morning. But now to the fatal shooting of what authorities are saying was an armed intruder at President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. The president was in Washington when this happened early Sunday morning. Our Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas has the story for us. Good morning, Pierre.
Michael, good morning. While the president was not in any danger, sources say the intrusion is a deadly reminder that we remain in perhaps the most challenging threat environment since 9/11.
This morning, law enforcement sources telling ABC News that they are examining every aspect of how 21-year-old Austin Tucker Martin was somehow able to make unauthorized entry into the secure perimeter of the president's estate at Mar-a-Lago. Martin was shot and killed just after 1 a.m. Sunday when he was confronted by authorities after he allegedly was seen carrying a shotgun and a canister of gasoline.
He was ordered to drop those 2 pieces of equipment that he had with him, at which time he put down the gas can, raised the shotgun to a shooting position. At that point in time, the deputy and the 2 Secret Service agents fired their weapons and neutralized the threat.
The suspect, pictured here in an Instagram post by his brother, had been reported missing by his family the same day, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. Now the FBI and Secret Service urgently searching for a motive. Authorities were at a property associated with the suspect in Cameron, North Carolina, which is about a 10-hour drive from Mar-a-Lago. A cousin of the suspect telling our North Carolina station WTVD that the family generally supports Trump, but that the suspect's feelings were unclear. The incident, coming just before Tuesday's State of the Union speech, is top of mind for the nation's most senior law enforcement. Overnight, FBI Director Kash Patel's trip to Milan during the Winter Games causing controversy after he was seen celebrating with Team USA after the American men won their gold medal hockey game. The FBI director, a longtime hockey fan, is seen chugging what appears to be beer and yelling, banging his fists in the locker room.
And you are all unbelievable.
One video shared on social media, Patel is seen apparently talking to President Trump about the victory. Patel traveled to Italy using the agency jet funded by the American public. Congressional Democrats have criticized Patel's use of the jet in connection with personal outings, including a golf trip to Scotland and a luxury hunting trip. FBI officials have said these trips are coordinated with official business and any personal expenses are reimbursed.
Patel proudly says that he was invited to the locker room by the U.S. hockey team to celebrate. FBI officials say that he was in Milan discussing security matters while on a previously scheduled trip that was planned months in advance. His spokesman said on social media that any personal expenses on the trip would be reimbursed. Critics citing the elevated threat environment, the kidnapping of Savannah Guthrie's mother, and ongoing tensions with Iran are calling the entire trip a boondoggle at taxpayers' expense. Robin?
Many feel that way. Pierre, thank you. Now we have a developing story overnight. Violence breaking out across Mexico after the government said security forces killed the nation's most powerful cartel boss. Americans in the country told to shelter in place. Whit Johnson is tracking the latest for us. Good morning to you, Whit.
Robin, good morning. The notorious drug trafficker known as El Mencho was wanted in Mexico and the U.S. with a $15 million reward offered for his capture. But now his death sparking a wave of violence reaching right up to Tijuana near the U.S. border.
This morning, violent unrest across Mexico, spilling into popular tourist destinations for Americans. Buildings and vehicles set on fire. Criminal groups setting up hundreds of roadblocks. The chaotic fallout after a Mexican military operation took out the leader of the most powerful cartel in the country. Officials say drug kingpin Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, known as El Mencho, the head of the Jalisco New Generation cartel, was among multiple cartel members killed during Sunday's operation. The White House confirming the U.S. provided intelligence to Mexican authorities to assist in the raid, though no American troops were on the ground. Security forces now patrolling the country from the air and on the streets. Plumes of billowing black smoke as gunshots ring out in the distance. The violence reaching into popular tourist hotspots like Puerto Vallarta. Flames surrounding this Costco, vehicles charred in the parking lot. In Guadalajara, bullets piercing through car doors and shattering storefront windows. The U.S. Embassy urging Americans across the country, even as far east as Cancun, to shelter in place and avoid roads.
And they're like moving us into the buildings and off of their patios. And you're starting to get information from friends that are saying, hey, the cartel just said, look, you have till 2 o'clock and nobody's safe.
Puerto Vallarta bound flights turning around midair. The airport suspending all operations, passengers evacuating onto the tarmac, leaving many American citizens stranded and afraid.
We're all just under the shelter in place, told not to go anywhere, lock your doors, stay inside.
Now, there are flights scheduled today to and from the U.S. out of Puerto Vallarta Airport, but officials warn there could be more cancellations throughout the day. George?
Okay, Whit, thanks very much. Now to rising tensions with Iran. The next round of nuclear talks set to take place on Thursday in Switzerland as the U.S. builds up its military presence in the Middle East. President Trump has threatened to strike Iran if a deal is not reached. I want to go to our chief foreign correspondent, Ian Pannell. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, George. Fresh wave of protests breaking out in Iran amid rising tensions over a possible U.S. military strike. We've seen demonstrations in several universities with students shouting slogans against Iran's supreme leader. Remember, protests last month were brutally crushed, with at least 7,000 people killed by regime forces. Meanwhile, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff warning Iran could be a week away from having material for a nuclear bomb, but that's been the case for months. Amid growing fears of war, another round of negotiations is possible this week. President Trump has given Iran an ultimatum to agree to a nuclear deal within the next 2 weeks, and he's confirming he's considering a limited strike on Iran if it doesn't. But Iran making it clear it'll retaliate against U.S. troops and bases in the region. Michael?
All right, Ian, thank you for that. That's something none of us really want to happen. But we're going to turn now to the fallout after the Supreme Court struck down President Trump's tariffs. The president lashed out at the justices and doubled down, signing an executive order to bypass Congress and impose new tariffs. Senior political correspondent Rachel Scott is at the White House. Good morning, Rachel.
Michael, good morning. And just moments ago, the president lashed out at the high court again, calling them incompetent. But he is defiant, insisting he has found another way to impose a 15% global tariff just days after the Supreme Court ruled that most of his tariffs were unconstitutional. Under this law, though, the president can only impose those tariffs for about 150 days without congressional approval, something he says he will not do. The Yale Budget Lab estimates that this could cost the average American family about $1,300 a year. The 6-3 decision knocked down the heart of the president's economic agenda. 3 conservative justices, including 2 President Trump appointed, Neil Gorsuch and Amy Coney Barrett, joining the liberal justices to declare the president's tariffs unconstitutional. The president says that he is ashamed of those justices, calling them an embarrassment to their families. And of course, those justices will be seated just a few feet away from the president tomorrow at the State of the Union address, guys.
Okay, Rachel, thanks very much. Coming up, our team is covering the historic blizzard battering the Northeast. Boston getting hit hard right now.
Also ahead, Nick Reiner is due back in court this morning. Trevor Alton at the courthouse as Conan O'Brien breaks his silence about the night before Rob and Michelle Reiner were found.
And the clash over one of the most popular candies.
Stay there, we'll be right back. Welcome back to GMA on this snow day for millions of Americans. You can see our extreme team. They are all over it. They're tracking every angle.
Yep.
Now let's go to Phil Tate from our station, WABC, with the impact. He is at a train station on Long Island. Good morning, Phil.
Michael, good morning. The first blizzard to hit the tri-state in nearly a decade has not disappointed. Long Island seeing even more than a foot of snow. I want you all to take a live look at the conditions right now. That wind is whipping around. There's even poor visibility. County officials, they've taken precautions. Travel bans in effect at least till noon. The LIRR, they've also suspended their service. Officials tell us that will not be back up and running until these wind conditions die down. We know that we're expecting the snow to be sticking around for the next couple of hours. Robin?
All right, our thanks to you, Phil, for being out there for us. In addition to all of the snow, the storm could bring coastal flooding. Morgan Norwood is on the boardwalk there in Atlantic City for us. Good morning, Morgan.
Hey, good morning to you, Robin. And Atlantic City's still getting slammed this morning. It's almost like a snowblower turned on, the way that some of this snow is blowing at us from all angles and sideways. I really envy Matt Rivers for those snow goggles that he had. But of course, that coastal flooding, that has been the big concern here. You can take a look at those snow-covered berms. Those are hard at work. The concern has been up to 3 feet of coastal flooding. And on the other side of those berms, we certainly watched it, the rough surf, and of course, the heavy wind just slamming us right now. The other concern here has been the roads. We have watched as every 10 minutes, plow trucks make their way through, but the sheer amount of accumulation, no match for all of this, no match for those plow trucks at least. But of course, when you factor in the rough surf, the heavy snow, the wind, we are talking about dangerous hours ahead, George.
Okay, Morgan, thanks very much. We're going to turn now to questions this morning after the British Oscars, the BAFTAs. The BBC had to apologize to viewers after several outbursts. Chief International Correspondent James Longman has the story. Good morning, James.
Yeah, good morning, George. The movie I Swear won big at last night's BAFTAs. Its lead, Robert Aramayo, won Best Actor over favourite Timothée Chalamet. It's based on the life of Tourette's campaigner John Davidson, who was there for the awards, but his involuntary tics are making the headlines this morning.
What should have been Britain's big night to celebrate art and culture, with royalty mixing with the Hollywood elite,
Instead is mired in controversy this morning. The BBC apologising to BAFTA viewers after several obscene outbursts from Tourette's activist John Davidson were heard on a broadcast. Davidson is the inspiration for the movie I Swear, which was nominated for 6 awards and took home the leading actor BAFTA. He was diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome at the age of 12. It's a neurological condition that can cause involuntary movements and vocal tics, sometimes involving outbursts of inappropriate language. One such outburst heard on the broadcast was while Sinners stars Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were on stage.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
A racial slur could be heard while the men presented the award for Best Visual Effects. Jordan and Lindo looked startled, but continued on. Host Alan Cumming later asking the audience for their understanding.
You may have heard some strong and offensive language tonight. Tourette's syndrome is a disability, and the tics you've heard tonight are involuntary, which means the person who has Tourette's syndrome has no control over their language. We apologise if you were offended.
So the big question this morning, why did these outbursts remain on the broadcast when other parts of the event were cut, like the words of one award winner who said "Free Palestine," especially when you think that there was a 2-hour delay on this broadcast. The BBC has this morning issued a statement apologising that Davidson's comments were not edited out ahead of the broadcast, and they say they will now be cut from the online version and on streaming. You've got to feel for Davidson. He must have been very embarrassed by all this. He left the event, it's thought, early, halfway through, it's thought, guys.
Yeah, the BBC should have caught that.
Should have caught that.
And he left on his own. He wasn't asked to leave, but he knew it was best to leave. But you had so much time to edit out those remarks.
And the guys handled it well. The guys on stage kept moving through. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. Now I'm going to go to Nick Reiner. He is doing court this morning. Well, he'll enter a plea to murder charges in the killing of his parents. Trevor Ault is at the courthouse with the latest for us. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Michael. So in just a few hours, we're expecting Rob Reiner's son, Nick, to appear here in court. He's been in custody since December, but after multiple delays in his arraignment, we're expecting he could finally enter a plea in the charges he murdered his parents.
This morning, Nick Reiner is expected to finally enter a plea on the 2 first-degree murder charges in the killings of his parents, Rob and Michelle Reiner. The couple were found stabbed to death in their Los Angeles home more than 2 months ago, their son taken into custody the same day. Nick Reiner's initial arraignment was scheduled days after his arrest in December. It has since been postponed twice, including when his attorney Alan Jackson announced he was stepping down from the case. Reiner is now being represented by public defenders appointed by the judge the same day Jackson withdrew.
His former attorney says he's not guilty. Will he be pleading not guilty?
We'll discuss that with Mr. Reiner and see how to proceed.
Nick Reiner has a well-known history of mental health and substance abuse problems. It's possible he could plead not guilty by reason of insanity.
That's on the defendant to prove by preponderance of the evidence that he was insane at the time that the crime was committed. What that means is that he didn't appreciate the gravity of the crime. He didn't know that it was morally wrong at the time that it was committed.
Sources say the night before Rob and Michelle were found dead, Nick Reiner and his father got into an argument at Conan O'Brien's holiday party, where Nick was described as acting strangely. O'Brien is now breaking his silence about his friends' deaths in an interview with The New Yorker.
To have that experience of saying goodnight to somebody and having them leave and then find out the next day that they're gone, I think I was in shock for quite a while afterwards.
And the district attorney has said these are some of the most serious charges they can bring against a person. They have not yet publicly said, though, if they would be pursuing the death penalty. If convicted, though, Nick Reiner could potentially be sentenced to death. Guys.
Oh, Trevor, our thanks to you. Now, with the candy clash playing out at Hershey's and here in the studio as well, it has to do with our beloved Reese's peanut butter cups. Rebecca, say it ain't so.
Well, it is so, Robin, and you can attest to that because you've actually experienced this yourself. Typically, when it comes to chocolate, the debate is between dark and milk, but this morning it is all about the recipe. And the grandson of the man who invented Reese's peanut butter cups is not sugarcoating how he feels about it.
It's one of the sweetest combos in candy history.
Real milk chocolate, old-fashioned peanut butter.
Reese's peanut butter cup. But that was then. Now?
We're making a big change to Reese's peanut butter cups.
A swirling controversy that's turned quite salty. A twist even E.T. couldn't have predicted.
Nasty. It was disgusting.
Brad Reese, the grandson of the inventor of the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, recently discovering ingredient changes in some Hershey's Reese's products. It started when his Valentine's Reese's Mini Hearts Unwrapped tasted off.
I took a couple bitefuls and I was like, ew.
Brad, shocked to find the ingredients listed chocolate candy and peanut butter creme, as opposed to the original recipes, milk chocolate and peanut butter.
I've been around Reese's my whole life. I never thought I had to look at the package to see what I was getting.
Brad taking his disappointment public with an open letter to Hershey's leadership, writing in part, "My grandfather built Reese's on a simple, enduring architecture, milk chocolate plus peanut butter, a real, tangible product identity that consumers have trusted for a century." The Hershey Company responding in part, "When developing new product lines, we've made some recipe adjustments to allow us to make new shapes, sizes, and innovations that Reese's fans have come to love and ask for." The company adding that the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are still made the same way.
Now, experts tell us that recipe changes are not uncommon, especially as prices of ingredients fluctuate. You know, we've faced some inflation recently. Brad says he has no plans to stop holding Hershey to his family's standards, and you've experienced this yourself.
Yeah.
It is so noticeable.
I haven't had one yet. I got to try.
Wait until you do it.
Robin.
Yeah.
He can really tell the difference.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a snow day, so I couldn't procure samples to test it out.
Thank you, Rebecca.
It is time for our play of the day, and it's been 46 years, since the miracle on ice. And now the U.S. men's hockey team has given us another gold after a thrilling overtime win. Maggie Rulli had the emotional moments on the ice. Good morning, Maggie.
Hey, Michael, good morning. Yeah, it was exactly 46 years to the day when we were asked, do you believe in miracles? And guys, with the men's team picking up their first gold since that Olympics in 1980, I think the answer is yes.
This morning, the U.S. men's hockey team are gold medal winners once again after a stunning overtime win against rivals Canada. Jack Hughes with the golden goal, toothless and bloodied after a stick to the face in the third period, hoisting the American flag over his head. Jack telling reporters after the game he was proud to be an American today.
Overtime, anything can happen. I mean, they have very skilled players. We have very skilled players. It's just up and down the rink, you know.
It's the first gold medal for Team USA men's hockey since 1980. Goalie Connor Hellebuck stopping 41 of the 42 shots he faced, including this incredible one in the third period, the save of these games. The game also an emotional tribute to the late NHL star Johnny Gaudreau. He and his brother Matthew, who grew up playing hockey together, were struck and killed by an SUV in 2024. His teammates honoring Johnny's legacy, carrying his children out on the ice and bringing them into the team photo. Family on full display at these games. Before the Olympics, assistant captain Charlie McAvoy told us his 1-year-old son Reese would be there watching.
We'll have the pictures for lifetime.
Hopefully a photo with a medal around his neck. Maybe?
That's what we want. That's the dream. That's what we're dreaming of. Yes, absolutely.
After the game, Charlie posting that dream come true.
Just love that photo. That was the final gold for Team USA in the Olympics, making it 33 medals in total, second only to Norway. And guys, for men's hockey, this was actually the first time NHL players were allowed to compete in the Olympics in 12 years. And many of the players told us that just being there, being a part of history was a dream. Well, guys, now they're also going home with gold medals.
What a thrilling win.
I know, that emotion, but one of 12 gold medals for Team USA. Did you have a good time, Maggie? Did you have a good time at the games?
Yes. Guys, I was decked out, flags on my cheek, my USA. I'm still in red today. You can't stop it.
You're still bringing it. Oh, bless your heart. Glad you had a great time.
Thank you, Maggie. We're going to stay on top of this snowstorm. We'll be right back.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Historic bomb cyclone blizzard. The Northeast slammed by the powerful storm, rapidly intensifying overnight. 7 states declaring states of emergency. Airlines at a standstill. More than 10,000 flights canceled. Ginger is tracking it all.
Ketamine and teens. Is there new hope for some struggling with severe depression from the treatment once considered a party drug? This morning, the potential concerns and what parents should know. And welcome back to Paradise.
I sat down with the star, Sterling K. Brown.
There is so much going on in this show. It's a thriller, it's political, it's apocalyptic.
Yeah.
It's got everything.
Yeah.
Sterling tells us what we can expect.
There's a larger thing at play that people won't anticipate.
Find out, as he says,
Good morning, America.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Monday. Good morning, America.
Appropriately chill. Good morning from Sterling.
I love
K.
that,
Brown this
Sterling.
morning.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that conversation ahead.
We certainly are. But first, we're going to take a look at the top stories that are breaking at 8, starting with our top story, of course, the historic blizzard slamming the Northeast and is causing travel chaos. That is JFK Airport right now, though it's hard to see.
Yeah, guarantee those flights are canceled, and you can barely see the boardwalk in Atlantic City. Yeah, 7 states have declared states of emergency.
Our team, of course, is tracking it all. Ginger leads us off on the streets of New York City. Travel ban in effect here. Good morning, Ginger.
Yes, essential vehicles still getting around like the plows. We've been seeing them all morning, but as quickly as they will clear it, it's falling. We've had more than 15 inches at Central Park, a foot and a half easily from Delaware all the way up into Massachusetts and Rhode Island, just starting really for the storm. And up to 2 feet in eastern Long Island. It's not just about how much snow is falling, though. It's about those wind gusts, 60 to 80 miles per hour, taking out power for more than 400,000 customers so far.
This morning, more than 40 million Americans waking up under blizzard warnings. A bomb cyclone burying parts of the mid-Atlantic and Northeast in wet, heavy snow. The storm rapidly intensifying as it crawled up the I-95 corridor on Sunday.
I can't believe how much snow is coming down.
The heaviest bands of snow dropping up to 3 inches per hour. Winds gusting up to 60 miles per hour. Lightning illuminating the sky in Long Branch, New Jersey with thunder snow. Snow blowing sideways on Long Island. Officials in 7 states declaring states of emergency.
We're taking this so seriously because literally lives are at stake.
The entire state of New Jersey under a blizzard warning for the first time in 30 years. Many schools closed, hundreds of plows on the road.
Hopefully everybody stays home and doesn't come out in this. It's not safe.
The sloppy roads were too much for this plow, overturned on Long Island.
Freehold, New Jersey just updated more than 2 feet of snow have fallen, and it's that combo with the wind that has blizzard warnings still back to Delaware, but it's starting to wrap up from Philadelphia and will in the next couple hours here in New York City, up to Rhode Island, and of course we still have the blizzard warnings up to coastal Maine, Bar Harbor included, Portland too. Now, I want to show you the timing because everybody's saying, okay, when's it going to calm down? I've got things to do. After the noon hour, I would say from Philadelphia to New York City, things start to improve a little bit. We'll still have some snow showers through the early afternoon, and then by tonight it's all about Boston and Rhode Island, the Cape. They're going to be still gusting, they're still going to be snowing, and that's where you're going to pick up the significant snow. And I got to tell you guys, I heard George has got an interview with Sterling K. Brown talking about the next episode of Paradise. We're out here for hours this morning just telling ourselves we are in paradise.
Oh, okay. You keep saying that. You keep saying that to yourself there, Ginger.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bless you so much. And you talked about Boston, so let's go back up to the coast of Boston. Matt Rivers is there for us, still has those goggles on. Good thing. Good morning to you again, Matt.
You know, I'd say this is paradise, Robin. Good morning. Welcome to downtown Boston, which normally would be very, very crowded on a Monday morning. But look, I'm going to walk right across the road here because there's nobody driving, and that's a good thing. People are staying home. Right now, of course, the story is the snow, but it's also the wind. We've seen wind gusts across the state of Massachusetts more than 70 miles an hour at this point. In Boston, we've seen it above 60 miles an hour. It has been a very intense storm, and we're just really getting into the heart of it at this point. Businesses are closed. Schools are closed. Everybody is staying home as this state of emergency has been declared, and we are looking at power outages, more than 140,000 across the state so far. That number is going to go up as this storm continues. Robin.
Hey, Matt, we thank you, we thank Ginger, we thank the entire Extreme team for being out in those elements for us. You take care. Thank you. We are going to turn now to the search for Nancy Guthrie, who disappeared, as you know, from her home on February 1st. The urgent investigation, now nearly a month. Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katersky is back from Tucson and is here with us with the latest. Good
Beginning
morning.
a 4th week, Robin.
Yeah, right.
It's hard to believe, but they're still at it. And as the 4th week begins, the sheriff says he hopes investigators are closer to identifying the jacket, the shoes, the pants, the gun holster worn by the masked man at her front door. Like the suspect's backpack, the sheriff says those items may also have been purchased at Walmart. They're going through the receipts. Volunteers headed out this weekend to look for Nancy on their own, and they found a backpack. They handed it over to deputies, but the sheriff's department says it appears to have been there a bit longer than 3 weeks. It contained the ID of an underage person. It is not thought to be a viable lead, and the sheriff's department is also saying, we all want to find Nancy, but this work is best left to professionals. Investigators are open to the possibility the suspect had an accomplice, though there's no new evidence. There is no additional video from her home security system. There is no vehicle of interest. But investigators are still canvassing the neighborhood. They're searching through residential cameras and analyzing DNA recovered from inside the house. Sources tell ABC News Savannah Guthrie and her siblings are aware now that certain leads have not been panning out, and eventually resources may have to scale back, although the sheriff insists the investigation is going to remain active until all leads are exhausted or until Nancy is found.
You have spent a lot of time out there. Can you just give us a sense of the atmosphere there, that area?
The community is praying. There are yellow ribbons up everywhere at the grocery store, everywhere in the neighborhood. The community is with the family, and they will not give up hope. We know the family, if you listen to Savannah's latest Instagram posts, they're not giving up hope. No. It's the tips that need to come in. They're hoping there'll be one, and they're hoping that reward of $200,000 is going to be enough.
Bring her home. Yeah. Bring her home. That is the battle cry. Thank you so much. Yeah.
All right, we're going to turn now to a GMA exclusive. Drug maker Eli Lilly is out this morning with a new pen version of their GLP-1 medication Zepbound, hoping to make self-delivery even easier. Our medical correspondent, Dr. Darren Sutton, is here with more. And Doc, tell us all about this.
Good morning. So this is an update on direct-to-consumer options from Eli Lilly for Zepbound, the really popular and prominent injectable weight loss medication. Now, Michael, with a quick pen. So if you remember previously, Zepbound, you can buy this direct-to-consumer, but when you bought it previously, either through without insurance or if your insurance is too expensive, you would get a vial in the mail and you would get a syringe. Now that's quite intimidating. Starting today, you can now get the auto pen directly from the from the manufacturer. And this is really meant to help make it easier, to make it user-friendly, and to make it less intimidating, because you can imagine getting a vial and a syringe can be difficult for many.
Yeah, they've been intimidating for many. But how does this compare to other GLP-1s that are on the market? And if someone's considering starting, what should they think about?
That's a common question many patients ask. You know, when it comes down to just strictly weight loss, Zepbound wins that race, nearing about 20% in terms of weight loss when you use these medications for just over a year. And that's significant because just lifestyle interventions alone, it's only on average 5 to 10% at most. But when you look at the studies, there's yet to be a really rigorous comparison studies to compare these options. So Michael, it comes down to what you can remain consistent with. And then also looking at the other benefits. For example, Ozempic and Wegovy have some of the most details and data in terms of cardiovascular benefits, reducing the risk of heart attacks, strokes, kidney disease, whereas Zepbound has been shown to reduce the risk of obstructive sleep apnea. Now, it doesn't mean that those benefits don't come with Zepbound, but when you're looking at the data, most of it in terms of cardiovascular benefit is with Ozempic and Wegovy. Now, all of this, you have to start by getting screened. You don't know if you have these conditions unless you get screened, and then talking to your insurance provider to see what you get covered. And then if you don't have, or if it's too expensive, you can then go to direct-to-consumer options looking for coupons. But of course, all of this needs to be paired with lifestyle interventions, sleep, nutrition, stress management.
It's more than just taking a shot.
Exactly, a lot more than that.
All right, Doc, thank you.
Of course.
Right. Thank you, gentlemen. Coming up at our GMA morning menu, the powerful drug ketamine helping some teens with severe depression. One college student shares her story and how it positively changed her life.
Also, I might introduce Sterling K. Brown. He's talking about the new season of Paradise.
Plus, best-selling cookbook author Caroline Chambers is here with a recipe you can make once and use for different dinners all week long. And Laura Bergamato is here with ABC's Secret Savings. Hey, Lori.
Hey, Michael, this morning we're all about wellness, luxurious loungewear and bedding, plus what you need to feel great, starting at less than $10. That's coming up right here on GMA.
Look at those streets here in New York, the whole East Coast right now. We're back with our GMA cover story on teens taking ketamine. The treatment is offering some hope to kids struggling with severe depression. Juju Chang is here with the story. Good morning, Juju.
Good morning, George. It's so controversial. It is that controversial party drug known for its intense side effects and its highly addictive qualities. It's now being used, though, by some teens with severe depression. It's still considered off-label, and doctors are urging real caution. But for some families who felt out of options, they say the impact has been life-changing.
This morning, the powerful anesthetic ketamine, now being used to treat some teens with severe depression.
Everything revolved around being scared and being skinny.
18-year-old Brenna started ketamine 5 years ago after experiencing mental health difficulties, including anorexia, depression, and suicidal thoughts that were exacerbated by the pandemic.
I had tried like the usual SSRI antidepressants, and I had been in like residential treatment, inpatient treatment for like months and months and months, and things were just kind of getting worse.
She was really declining, and so it was an act of desperation.
Watching her suffer and waste away, her dad Lee looked into unconventional treatments and heard about ketamine for use in patients where nothing else worked.
If you want to save your kid, if you want your kid to survive, you try whatever you can.
Ketamine is used regularly as a painkiller and anesthetic, but it's now being explored in treatment-resistant depression. And under strict circumstances, doctors do prescribe it to teens off-label. Dr. Phil Wolfson treats Brenna.
We began to use very low-dose ketamine with her, which gave her respite, gave her a timeout from how she was thinking, suffering, holding on, being in control, being miserable. And that worked, and she just grew and grew.
Brenna had low-dose ketamine-assisted therapy sessions once a month to start, and her dad says her eating disorder started showing improvement after the first session.
We went to the restaurant that was next door to the clinic, and Brenna ate. She ate a meal, something that she hadn't done in a very, very long time. It was like a miracle.
But doctors warn there are limited studies in teens and no data on what ketamine may do to the brain long term.
We need more data in adults, and we certainly need more data in teens. Ketamine can cause profound sedation. It can cause dissociation. It can certainly alter your vital signs. It is not something that should ever be done without an experienced professional or not in a monitored setting.
Brenna continued to improve. Now in college, she returns for maintenance ketamine sessions every 6 months.
Since I've started ketamine, I've gained like 20 pounds. All of my symptoms are very well controlled now. I no longer qualify for having anorexia or PTSD or anxiety or depression.
I am just so proud of her and love her so much.
It's true. Her smile says it all, really. And Brenna's story is remarkable, from months of residential treatment to now thriving in college. But we should note that ketamine-assisted therapy is not widely available. It can be expensive, and it's not covered by most insurance. And doctors, of course, stress that this is a last resort for most severe cases, not a first-line treatment. But Brenna's family says truly it has given her back her life.
Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah.
It looks great.
It's visible.
All right, thank you, Juju. Appreciate that. And we're going to turn now. We're going to celebrating Black History Month with a black business owner and veteran making strides for female service members. Take a look.
With 26 airborne jumps and 20 years of military service, Natasha Nori Standard is no stranger to taking risks.
I always thought my dad was pretty crazy for jumping out of a perfectly good plane. Now I see somebody else right in front of me who said this, quote, "The most exciting thing I ever did in my life was jumping out of planes."
Yes. They'll open up the doors and you take they call it a 15-inch step out of the plane. It was super exciting, and I never have any regrets about doing it.
For this Bronze Star veteran, foot comfort wasn't a luxury, it was a necessity.
But those jumps do take a toll.
Oh,
Physically,
absolutely.
Tell me about that.
My boots that I wore is a men's size 6. I wear a woman's size 7.5. So a couple times after jumping, I realized that my military-grade combat boots did not support my ankles nor my feet.
That's why she developed the first military-grade combat boot designed specifically for women.
So what is the difference between a men's boot and a women's boot?
The sizing differences are extreme. A woman has a shorter foot. The woman's big toe is more shallow. The arch is different. The bone density is different.
You said some of your female peers, they experienced injuries. What were some of their complaints?
So I just talked to a friend that I had known at Fort Bragg, and she said she hasn't run since 2011 because her arches, they have fallen. It hurts to run. And I thought to myself, as a paratrooper, there has to be a better way.
Determined to find that better way, Standard earned a master's degree in fashion and luxury and studied shoe design in Milan after retiring from the military in 2014. In 2019, she launched her own shoe brand, Equal Footing, eventually redesigning the very combat boot that challenged her years earlier.
So now your boots cater to women in the military.
Yes.
And you got a lot of boots going to the military in 2023. You're sending out 15,000 boots a quarter.
A quarter, yes, yes.
And what has the response been from female service members?
Oh, I have 5 or 6 pages of thank yous and reviews and much appreciation just for thinking of them, because it's not an afterthought, it's a forethought.
And how do you hope your story inspires others?
If you have something that you want to do, just put your head down and do it. It's not going to be easy, but once you reach your goals, it builds up a callus saying that you can do this. And that's what I say, just get it done.
Yeah, I mean, really, something you would never think about.
No.
You know, thank Natasha for her service as well. And like I said, you're crazier than my dad, jumped out of airplanes like he did. But you know, she's currently working on expanding her reach through other branches of the military to provide them with these boots.
Equal Footing.
Equal
I
Footing.
love that name.
That's a great name. You're right about that.
Now to ABC Secret Savings with deep, and we do mean deep, deep discounts on wellness. GMA lifestyle contributor Lori Bergamatto is here with what you need to enjoy a little luxury or relieve some aches and pains. Take it away, Lori.
Sound good?
Yeah,
Relieving
it does.
aches and
I
pains,
like
right?
it.
We're going to kick things off with serotonin. So, Robin, you know, nearly 1 in 8 Americans have hearing loss in both ears. That was a really shocking statistic for me. So we love the idea that serotonin is modernizing hearing aids. They're making them easy, affordable, because sometimes they're really expensive,
They can be.
cost prohibitive, and also they can be difficult to use. But serotonin is democratizing that for everyone, you guys. There are 100 experts developed these, from audiologists to acoustic engineers. And Robin, now you can get more than 20% off, plus free shipping. And there's an in-ear, there's an earbud, and then an over-the-ear.
Different ways of wearing
that
it.
is a great thing to have.
What do we have going on here?
Okay, so this is Select Soma. These are ergonomic gel cushions. Robin, if you will do me the honor of having a seat testing it out.
I shall.
These relieve pressure on key areas like the back and hips. Isn't that nice and comfy? Okay, that's really great cushioning, a flexible honeycomb structure that's going to promote airflow. And these are 50% off. They even have a supportive knee joint pillow here.
Very comfortable.
So really great stuff there. Now, we are in peak dry skin season. I know, right? So Miracle of Aloe, they make hand and foot repair creams made with 60% ultra aloe plus a 99% pure aloe gel. These are designed to soothe and cool fast. You can get 40% off the entire assortment.
I am putting
Robin's
it to good
liking
use.
that.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness. It
do
is the
that.
season.
So we just talked about hand and feet there, but let me talk to you about just feet. Here, this is double sole socks, Robin.
What's that?
You may recognize them from Shark Tank. They scored a deal with Kendra Scott. She loves their quality and thoughtful design. They are all, each pair knit from a buttery soft recycled cotton. Go ahead and feel those.
Oh, yes.
Right? They have double cushioning on the bottom and a breathable, durable aeration on top. They are 35% off right now. And look at all the fun patterns and colors. Love that. And then Robin, we got to talk bedding, right?
These are all the
This is
rage.
from Eptom. This is their bamboo from viscose sateen sheets. They're moisture wicking, temperature regulating, and they have that luxe finish. Feels nice and cool and smooth. They have eye masks. And feel that loungewear. You're never going to want to get out of your jammies. Like I didn't want to get out this morning.
Oh, who did?
And with these, they just feel so soft. So there's really, there's duvets and there's comforters, and you can save up to 40% off.
You weren't kidding about deep discounts.
Well, I was not kidding. I don't kid about deep discounts.
But they're not a secret anymore.
That's
not a
right.
secret anymore. But I love the different colors and everything like that. We have partnered, Lori B, with these companies, as you know, on these huge savings, and you get them and 2 dozen more? 2 dozen more by scanning the QR code on your screen. And coming up, do you like this guy? I love him.
I love him.
Sterling K. Brown, that's who we're talking about. That's who we're love bombing. He's going to tell us about the new season of Paradise. About time. Welcome back to GMA, live from New York City.
Of course, it's snowy New York City today. First season of the hit show Paradise is coming back for the second time now. Sterling K. Brown got an Emmy nomination first time around. I sat down with him to talk about season 2.
The world outside is simply no longer survivable.
Could people have survived?
Sterling K. Brown is back as Secret Service agent Xavier Collins in Paradise.
We don't have much time. Go.
The Hulu thriller about life in an underground bunker community that was built to save humanity after a global climate catastrophe.
What's it like?
It's like before, only creepier.
You left everyone on edge at the end of season 1. So what can we expect?
We're going into the outside world. We're going to see how people who didn't have resources and planning dealt with the catastrophe that hit the globe. I was flying to Atlanta, Georgia. And when my plane went down, I think I was pretty close to the city. Do you know where we are? It sort of brings out the best of humanity and it brings out the worst of humanity.
I promise you, people are built to survive.
And Xavier encounters both as he tries to find his wife, Dr. Terry Rogers Collins. Is she alive? Is she not?
This is Terry Rogers Collins. I'm looking for my husband, Xavier.
Will they be reunited? That's sort of the driving force of season 2.
I love what Sinatra says in season 1.
It's never just about the bunker.
There is a larger thing at play that people won't anticipate and hopefully will give a nice little engine that leads us into season 3.
I'm going to do whatever it takes to protect what I've built.
There is so much going on in this show. It's a thriller, it's political, it's apocalyptic.
Yeah.
It's got everything.
Yeah, it does. I think, first of all, we wanted to make something that was just flat out entertaining. And then everything is going to be a bit of a reflection on the world in which you live in right now. Like things are tenuous, you know what I'm saying, to say the least. And but hopefully with a little bit of distance from it, you can make a comment on it without it seeming like medicine, but still entertaining.
That's the only way you can do it now, right?
Yeah. You don't want to hit people over the head.
Joining the cast this season, Shailene Woodley and Thomas Doherty.
They're fantastic. Like, fantastic. Shailene is not just an incredible actor, she's also a dear, dear friend. And what she does this year on the show is phenomenal.
Out here, the little things will kill you.
As is Thomas.
We're coming in, and we will end this.
And also speaking for the young ladies, yeah, he's single right now, but he probably won't be before the show is over.
You are smiling a lot right now, but does the weight of what you're dealing with this show ever get to you?
That's a good question. I don't think so. I think that I love acting and I love telling stories that sort of entertain people, educate, edify. And so if I focus on the thing that I'm supposed to be doing, I trust that everything else will take care of itself. And that's usually like my philosophy for life. Just do your part and let everything else take care of itself.
You also got to work with your wife this season.
I did. So we've worked together on a few things. She hosts the podcast, the companion podcast for the show, and she's wonderful. She has an episode where she plays a mentor for Jane. And Jane is our Cupid doll cute girl who's also an assassin. And she sort of helps Jane become who she is. It's a great story. It's a great backstory.
Wow.
He's got a lot of personality.
And he has a wonderful sense of humor, as you know, by spending
he's
time
fantastic.
with him. He's
I love
funny.
the show.
Yeah.
Love it.
Season 2 of Paradise premieres today on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
Back now with GMA on the road to the Oscars. Last night, the BAFTA Awards gave the biggest cheer of the ceremony to Wunmi Mosaku, winning Best Supporting Actress for Sinners. And KABC entertainment reporter, our good friend George Pinocchio, sat down with the BAFTA winner and Oscar nominee ahead of the 98th Academy Awards.
Can you tell me if, as a little girl, you dreamed of anything like this?
I wanted to be a maths teacher when I was a little girl.
While Wunmi Mosaku isn't a math teacher,
We fool. All that war.
She is an Oscar nominee for Best Supporting Actress in the film Sinners.
You back here in front of me. 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes, and a brain that work. How you know I ain't free?
I can't help but be just joyful at this moment. Like, I can't believe I get to celebrate and be included in, and it's just, in this moment, it's just incredible.
Be careful. I will.
Set in the Jim Crow era South,
Conjuring spirits from the past and the future.
Sinners explores themes of Black cultural heritage.
Come on, son.
Spirituality. And, of course, vampires. It's really a multi-layered film that works on different levels for different ages.
If your heart is open to hear it, there is a message in there for every single person. And for me, like, the message that really stands out to me right now is like your gift, whatever your gift is, whether it's blues music like Preacher Boy, like, what are you going to do with that gift, and how are you going to protect it, and how is it going to evolve in the future?
The film reeling in a record-breaking 16 nominations, the most for a single film in Oscars history.
Ryan, I know, told some other people, this is a smaller movie I'm doing. That smaller movie has made Oscar history. So did you feel that it was like going to a warm hug every day?
It was so joyful coming to set every single day. It was 4 months of like a magical experience for me. That was kind of everything I had ever dreamed of.
So are you having any thoughts about Oscar Sunday?
No, I'm not thinking about it. I'm staying very, very present. I'm taking it one day at a time. I can't put myself too far in the future. I will write a speech just in case. Like, they advised us in there. But I will do that when I feel like I've really taken it all in.
Good for her.
Yeah, I hope she was able to take it all, and we wish her all the best. And it's such a stellar cast throughout that.
Incredible movie.
The 98th Oscars air Sunday, March 15th. We'll be here before you know it at 7 p.m. right here on ABC, and we'll be streaming live on Hulu.
Oral health is incredibly important and can often be overlooked. It's a crucial part of overall wellness for everyone, but also crucial to building healthy habits from a young age. This segment is sponsored by Invisalign, and I'm joined now by Kamal Bandal, the Senior Vice President of Brand Marketing, along with spokesperson and board-certified orthodontist, Dr. Manel Ibrahim. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, Dr. I, we know oral health is so important. It's key, right, to start building good habits at an early age. But what are some simple ways that kids and teens can really do that?
One of the best things that you can do as a parent is make sure you take your child around the age of 7 to an orthodontist for like a baseline checkup. That's what's recommended by the American Association of Orthodontists. And that's really what all orthodontists should follow kind of as a standard of care. What we do is we check for the normal benchmarks that they're supposed to be going through at that time with their dental health, their dental development, and their jaw growth. So that's really important to do.
Okay.
The other thing is to make sure that your kids are brushing and flossing consistently. So twice a day, every day, remind them before bed. It's also really important. And then making sure that they're getting a new toothbrush every maybe 3 to 4 months, which sometimes as a parent you might forget, but that's another way to keep them keeping healthy at that time.
I feel like that was directly to me because I often do forget to do that for my 3 kids, but that's a good tip. Dr. I, we also hear that there's a connection between oral health and straight teeth. Can you tell us more about that?
Absolutely, because people often think that getting Invisalign or orthodontic care is really just about a pretty smile. You always get a great smile when you straighten your teeth, but we also want to focus on the health and well-being of your teeth. So the function, the bite, being able to clean them and floss them so that you can keep your teeth healthy for life.
Okay, thank you. Great tips. Kamal, what would be a recommended treatment plan for teens and kids who are looking to straighten their teeth and support oral health?
Well, the Invisalign system is the most advanced clear aligner system in the world, leveraging cutting-edge digital technology and innovation based on orthodontic practices. It can treat kids' smiles comfortably, precisely, and even in the most complex cases. And it also comes along with some additional benefits like fewer emergency appointments, better oral health, and easily fits into kids' and parents' busy lifestyles.
And all parents love to hear that, right? How does Invisalign differ from traditional braces?
Well, there's many differences that doctors love, parents love, and even kids themselves. First, let's talk about oral hygiene. The Invisalign aligners are easily removable, which allows kids to brush and floss their teeth like they normally would, preventing that plaque from building up, which tends to occur in traditional braces. Secondly, the Invisalign experience is entirely digital. So we start with the iTero scanner that takes a 3D scan of your teeth. And now with our newest technology, you can also get a personalized oral health report for your child so that you as a parent and your doctor can track their gum health, their tooth health, and also track their bite alignment and look at those changes over time, making the appropriate decisions when needed.
Okay, so Dr. I, last question quickly. Why is Invisalign an ideal solution for kids and teens?
It is incredible because we, the doctor, can create any kind of digital plan that we want. And then when we give it to the patient in the form of an Invisalign tray, they wear it, they get this incredible result. We can treat the most complex things with Invisalign. The kids are so compliant and they love it. It's a confidence builder. They see their smile developing over time. So be sure to get a consultation with your orthodontist. That's a great Invisalign provider, and see what fits for you.
Love it. Love keeping people smiling. Thank you both. And coming up, best-selling cookbook author Caroline Chambers. Love her. She's here with a week's worth of easy meals.
We're back now with best-selling cookbook author Caroline Chambers, and that's right. And she's gonna show us how to make one recipe that you can use 5 different ways for dinners all week long, and it's made with something you probably have in your pantry right now. So Caroline, welcome back to GMA.
Thank you.
Love having you as always.
Happy to be here.
Well, before we start cooking, you have a big announcement
We
that
sure
you want to
do.
share with everybody.
Do you want to do
go
the
ahead.
master
You
reveal?
go.
Da-da-da-da.
Wow.
I wrote another cookbook. So I've cooked with you many times from my first book, What to Cook When You Don't Feel Like Cooking. Make It Fast is coming out in August, and it is available for pre-order today. This is the exclusive announcement, and we're gonna cook a recipe for you.
All right. So we're gonna make it fast, and I'm looking at the cover of the book, and it's making me hungry. That's
Yes.
right.
So there are 3 chapters in this book. I basically heard from people who were cooking from the first book that they were loving the 15-minute chapter, the 30-minute chapter, and they wanted more recipes that they could put in the oven and then leave. So there's a walk away chapter in this book where you it's 30 minutes or less of prep time and then you just walk away. So this is a recipe from the 15-minute chapter. Each chapter has a 5 ways thing.
Wow.
And so we're gonna make these together.
And we're gonna use something that most people have in your pantry, have black beans in your pantry, but you're gonna make them smoky black beans.
We're gonna make smoky black beans. We're using this fabulous spice combination, smoked paprika, garlic powder, cumin, things you already have in the pantry. You know what, you could also use taco seasoning. So we're gonna make these. This is those black beans, and you cook a big batch, and then you can make all 5 of these recipes. So we are first going to make flautas, and you're gonna make them like me. I know you like to cook, so grab a scoop. This is the black beans, just mixed with cheese, and so that they're when you break them apart, they're gooey and ooey. And gooey and ooey,
this is
like that.
gooey.
And then so you take them and you just wrap them up as tight as you can. If you have an air fryer, this is a great air fryer use. Throw them in there and they'll get crispy all around, but they're also just perfect baked. And then we're making an avocado slaw. So just a mashed avocado in with a bag of coleslaw is my favorite thing ever, and then tons of cilantro, and we serve it with that avocado slaw, and it's this kind of crunchy salad, and we've got that there, some sour cream, and those will be all baked.
Sweet, that was quick.
It's quick. It's 15 minutes just to make the beans, and then these quickie.
Oh, what do you like? What do you think, Robin?
She's over there snacking. Not just quick, but it's good. All right, you be careful in that outfit. Okay, so.
But now we got a healthy bowl, which I love a healthy bowl.
And I love this because you can meal prep the beans and then just throw everything together all week. So any grain in your pantry, if you're like me, you have leftover random grains that never get used up. Use whatever. We're using quinoa. We've got the black beans, which I don't have any black beans, but that's fine. We've got black beans, and then we throw on all the toppings, the tzatziki, the lettuce, and then you have this gorgeous
I love
gorgeous
tzatziki.
bowl
I'm going
in
to make
just a
one
few
just for the
minutes.
heck of it. Look
Yeah,
at that.
just
Bam.
a
That's how you
tzatziki
do
bowl.
it. All right,
Okay,
now we got
so
tacos.
Robin was enjoying our crunchy tacos. So the trick to these crunchy tacos that you buy at the
What is the
grocery store is to bake them first. If you don't, they're like super stale. So bake them, just throw them on a baking sheet, bake them first, and then load up your tacos. The trick to a black bean taco is to make the black beans super thick. So just keep cooking them until they're thick like that, so that when you take a bite, it doesn't run all over your gorgeous outfit, you know?
She's
got
ready
the trick
now.
over there. And then, you know, load them up. This is a great, all of these are great for a family where everyone has kind of different preferences, because you can, you know, everybody can do their thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make your own.
The year of the fiber and the starch. We are making loaded sweet potatoes.
Ooh, those
Another
look good.
really great, super healthy meal prep option, or just for dinner. And again, everybody can make these their own. You can, you know, add some grilled steak, add
that up there.
some whatever, and you just kind of smash those in a
Little
little
bit of
bit
everything on
and make them
there.
super messy.
Right there.
And that's like a gorgeous, fabulous, you know, healthy.
All right,
super
Eddie, I
healthy.
just made you lunch, buddy. All right.
I am from North Carolina, so this is a beans and grits recipe, and it kind of has like tamale vibes, you know, because we have like the corn shell, but without having to roll the tamales and do all the work. So this is my beans and grits recipe. It's kind of a breakfast for dinner play,
Well, you got
and
me
we're
excited. You
throwing the
said
beans
beans
in there.
and grits. Ooh, I
Beans
love
and
grits.
grits, and it's like got these great tamale vibes. Pico de gallo, store bought, and then if you want to, you throw a little fried egg. You throw a little fried egg right on there, and it's this like gorgeous, you know, super healthy breakfast bowl. So that's the 5 ways, Smoky Black Beans 5 ways from the 15-minute chapter of the new book.
Of the new book.
We did it.
It's so easy, even Michael can do it. That's right. All right. You can thank you so much, Caroline. You can get these recipes on GoodMorningAmerica.com, and Caroline will be back on GMA 3 with another great recipe. She is not done yet. Yeah.
Want to go outside and make a snow angel? Come on, let's go. Come on.
Yeah, you first.